Hi and welcome to what I think might be the hardest video of the end of the year content for me to film. Every single year I struggle to make my reading goals and content goals video. I just think that I am moving away from quantifiable goals, and it's more just like where I want to prioritize things. I think that this will be more of a conversation about where I plan on taking my reading and my content in the future, not necessarily a list of quantifiable goals. I can give you one quantifiable goal, and that is my channel subscriber count. I really want to reach 10k next year. That would just be really cool. 10k just seems like a number that is so far out of reach. To know that I'm this close to it just feels so incredible. It feels like your hard work is paying off, and I am pretty close to it. I'm 2,000 away from it at the time of filming this, which is amazing and incredible, and I owe all of my success to you guys for watching my videos and coming back and subscribing. I don't know what makes you stay, but so many of you choose to stay and watch so many of my videos, so thank you. So that's pretty much my only quantifiable goal. Normally, I feel like I have a reading goal as well that's quantifiable, but I think the main priority for me next year is just reading what I want to read and how much I want to read. I was originally going to say that my goal is to read less, but I don't think that's true. I just don't want to be sacrificing my life outside of reading to read. I want to be reading when I want to read, but if I want to go watch TV, I don't want to make myself feel guilty for not reading, which I did a lot this year, I can't lie. There was a lot of times where I was like, I need to get a vlog out, I need to do this, so I need to read this, I can't participate in this because I need to read this so that I can get a video out. And that isn't healthy, and that's what's going to cause burnout in the long term. I think I got better at it as I got closer to the end of the year, so it's not necessarily something that I need to change in myself, but it is something that I need to remember throughout the year. Because it is easy to get sucked into this booktube way of thinking where content is life. And like, yes, it kind of is my life. This is a job. I make an income off of this. But it's a hobby, and a hobby I love. So my reading goal for the year is just to read when I want to read as much as I want to read. If I want to spend 7 hours one day reading, go ahead and do it. But if you want to spend 7 hours watching TV, go ahead and do that too. Where you're going to see a lot of my goals in this video lean towards are just making life easier on myself, just remembering that this is a hobby. On Goodreads, I think I will set my goal to 100 books. That's like 60 books less than I read this year. So I think that that's saying a lot because I don't care. I don't really care if I hit that goal this year. I probably will still hit it because 100 is just not that much for my reading schedule and how much I love to read. But it is less than what I read this year just to take off some of the stress. To follow up on that, I think one of the goals for myself is to aim for 2 reading vlogs a month. I love reading vlogs, and my channel primarily consists of them, but there are times where I'm pumping out 3 to 4 reading vlogs, 5, 6 reading vlogs throughout a month. And that's fine if I want to, but my goal is to aim for 2 because 2 is typically 6 books, and 6 books feels like a decent number to give myself a month. I'm sure more will happen than that, but the idea behind these goals is to be easy on myself. The plan going forward is to aim for 2 a month because I think sometimes I get caught up in other booktubers who do reading vlogs pumping out like 2 a week. Most of the people I watch who are doing that are reading smaller books than I am. And I'm not saying you can't, because you can, but I need to realize that pumping out 4 reading vlogs that have 3 books that are 600 pages long is a lot compared to 4 reading vlogs with 3 books each that are 300 pages long. So I just need to learn to be easier on myself because sometimes I find myself comparing myself to others, which is not a good trait, but I do it. That is something I want to stop comparing because my reading journey is different than someone else's reading journey. My booktube journey different, blah, blah, blah. You know, we're just being easier ourselves in 2024. That is the motto for 2024. And to continue that conversation, I just want to continue reading what I love. I feel like every single year I say I'm going to read more thrillers, I'm going to read more sci-fi. I just want to read what I love. And truthfully, I could tell you what those are. I love indie fantasy, I love traditionally published fantasy, I love fantasy romance, and I love horror. And I want to keep reading those. I don't want to feel a certain way. Like sometimes I feel like I have to read one nonfiction book to make myself a reader. I have to read one literary fiction or else I'm not a reader. That's not true. That's literally not true. Why do we do these things to ourselves? Why do we have these thoughts? It's not it. So I'm gonna continue reading what I want to read when I want to read it, and that's how 2024 is going. So some of the things I love to do is binge read series. So I want to continue doing that. I found some really big favorites of mine that I binged this year. I know I love a series when I binge my way through it. Ones that come to mind are the Chronicles of the Unhewn Throne and the War Eternal series. I binged both of those. I loved them so much. And just being able to read an entire journey with a character in a short amount of time just really works for me and my brain, and I just get so invested. So I do want to continue doing that. I want to continue mood reading. I think at the end of this year we saw me mood reading a lot more, doing vlogs that were more weekly styled where like I was playing a TBR game and rolling as I go. That helps me mood read quite a bit, so I want to continue to do more of those throughout the year. The other thing that I'm going to do to help myself mood read is I will be continuing to play Snakes and TBR Stacks next year, but every quarter I'm going to have a month where I don't play it. So I think February you'll see me not play it, and whatever else really just happens. But every single quarter, I want 1 month where it's a mood reading month. I can put whatever I want on my TBR with no prompts to guide me. Because I do like the prompts. I do love playing Snakes and TBR Stacks. I do like to have something to guide my TBR most months, but I do think it was helpful. I did June and November this year as mood reading months, and I really enjoyed both of those months quite a bit, so I want to continue doing that into the new year. And just like every year, I want to prioritize indie. I read a lot of indie, actually. I would say more than 50% of my reads is indie because I read a lot of indie horror and I read a lot of indie fantasy romance on top of the indie fantasy. So I just want to keep prioritizing because I do love making content around it, I do love reading it, and I do love just talking about it. I want to also just allow myself some freedom in content creation, which I think is why those mood reading months will really help me. Because sometimes I just come up with an idea and I want to do it then and there, and it's like, well, I have all these other ideas that are already scheduled in to my brain, so like I can't do it there. But some of my favorite videos came about this way, where I was just like, I'm gonna drop everything and I'm gonna make this. The Barbie video was just a video idea that I got from watching a Sims video, and I was like, I want to do this, and I just decided to do it. Like, I was like, I'm just going to pretend I don't have to do anything else, and I'm going to create this video, and I truly loved my time with it. So I want to kind of allow myself a little more freedom there and flexibility. I am not a very big schedule person, but I do have like ideas of what I want to do each month. So sometimes throwing a random idea into it does not work, but I want to allow myself the ability to throw those random ideas in. And one of my favorite things on BookTube has always been the community aspect. I want to continue growing this community. I want to continue talking to other booktubers. I want to continue cultivating friendships with people. I have made some of the best friendships on this app. Like, on this platform. Truly don't know what I would do without Mel or Lexi. They are the people I go to every single day when I need to talk about things. I did not expect to find friendships like this. I did not expect to be wanting to fly to the States every couple months to see them. I can't wait till I finally can do that. And I want to continue making friendships like this. I have a lot of them. Mel and Lexi are just like the more like prominent ones because they're also really big booktubers that I hang out with. But I have made so many friends that I talk to consistently throughout this and just like to hang out on BookTube. I truly love BookTube. I watch a lot of BookTube. I've always loved and appreciated when people ask me to do collaborations, and I want to do more of them because it helps me cultivate those friendships and cultivate that community. Things like interviews have always been super fun whenever someone asks me to do them. Things like book clubs and hosting them, I've definitely made more friends from doing that. I love watching other people's content. I want to continue doing that. And just overall, I just want to continue talking to everyone here. I really appreciate every time I talk to someone, whether it's a comment, whether it's just me saying thanks for watching. I recognize the people who are here consistently, and I really appreciate you for hanging out with me, for talking to me, and just thank you so much. I honestly think that's pretty much it. My main goal for 2024 is just to be easier on myself and to make my hobby a hobby that is also a job. Like, it is a job. It'll never stop being a job. I won't stop treating it like a job, but it's a hobby too. I do not need to put 150% into this at all times. I can save some for myself, some of my energy, and I think that that's really important, which is funny because it kind of goes against what I'm about to say because my last goal is probably just about Ramathon. Ramathon is my little baby. It's my little readathon I host every single year. It's happening this year in March, and I'm ready to make this the best one yet. I'm really proud of what I've created this year. I'm really excited for it. I've been working on it for so long. We have merch this year. I think we just have this really cool concept this year. I've loved every round of Ramathon, but I'm extremely proud of this one, and I want to put my all into it. I have been putting my all, and I always appreciate how much everyone loves it, because I do put 110% of myself into Ramathon every single year. And I'm so thankful for the other co-hosts who always do. I'm so thankful for all of the participants who always do. I have so much fun in Ramathon, and I just want to continue doing it. And getting to be creative in that way with like a readathon is super fun too, because it just like lets you explore something different than just reading does, because I'm creating something, and I'm really happy that everyone likes it too. But yeah, those are my like goals, I guess. I feel like it's just one thing. I just want to be easier on myself. I just want to continue to be proud of what I put out and what I do, because I truly am. I'm proud of this channel. I'm proud of every single video I put out. Every video on my channel is something that I love and would watch myself. This channel, this community, this whole thing just really makes me incredibly happy. I just want to continue doing what I love, which is this. So thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much for commenting. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, you could let me know a goal of yours. And if you want to leave me an emoji just to say you were here, leave me a heart emoji. And then if you want to connect with me on other platforms, my Bookstagram, my Book Twitter, my Goodreads, and my Patreon, all linked in the description bar below. Have yourselves an absolutely remarkable